This is some seriously shocking news. The SEC is expected to make a significant announcement about the XRP Ripple settlement today, as revealed by Leak. What have we got to lose by checking it out? If you want to hear more about the XRP settlement, please like and subscribe. Eleanor Terry, a reporter for Fox Business, tweeted about a leak that might affect the entire cryptocurrency market and reportedly involves Ripple and its legal conflict with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. According to Terry, he heard from a well-placed source at the SEC that the agency will announce something big for the industry tomorrow. According to my SEC, contacts tomorrow may bring an important statement. And given that the SEC is holding a private meeting, the journalist speculates that it may occur after that time. Could this have anything to do with the XRP deal discussed in private at 2? A settlement's conditions can have an effect on the cryptocurrency market. The NSA, like covert attacks on encryption by the U.S. government, on Wednesday information suggesting an investigation into Kraken for possible violations of American securities laws was made public. Bloomberg reports that the investigation is well underway. According to the news article cited, the XRP community is optimistic that Ripple and the SEC have come to an agreement. According to Bitcoinist, where the rumor originated, the SEC lawsuit against Ripple has been fully briefed and is currently awaiting a ruling from Judge Annalisa Torres. Secondary market sales do not qualify as securities transactions, the SEC had to admit on camera. It is now only speculation as to whether or not Ripple's situation will be highlighted in the SEC announcement. Attorney and XRP devotee John Deaton is making predictions about when the SEC sees action against Ripple will finally be resolved. When asked if he thought a summary judgment would be issued in the case, Deaton responded, "I don't see anything happening, but the judge is highly informed. It's possible, but the judge has a lot of information at his disposal. It's possible that despite the millions of pages of paperwork already submitted, she'll give us the title of amicus and ask us to file a brief opposing the regulator's motion for summary judgment on behalf of XRP supporters." The Securities and Exchange Commission sued Ripple later in 2020 for selling XRP without proper registration. Recently, Cardano's creator Charles Hoskinson shared that he's heard rumors that the conflict will be settled tomorrow. And here, have a look at this as well. Putting aside the postponing of the summary judgment, why is Judge Torres dragging his feet on this case? A lot of people care about the continuing lawsuit between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. John Deaton, the man behind crypto law, provides some clarity on the subject and stresses the need for further research before passing judgment. At the top of the banner, Deaton discusses the extraordinary delay in the Ripple case by noting that 7 months have passed since both Ripple and the SEC filed their reply papers in December. Deaton adds that this unusual delay has now lasted for 7 months, but he provides enough data to disprove the existence of any extraordinary conditions that might have contributed to the delay. It's not just the Ripple case that has been resolved. He notes that the Thor Equities case, also under Judge Torres' authority, has been waiting for a verdict since December, when the reply briefs were filed. Judge Torres has had similar delays in the past with his cases. Deaton gives numerous cases that had long delays in front of Judge Torres, so that the reader can get a sense of the overall picture. For instance, the New York District Carpenters Fund case took over 8 months to reach a ruling on the summary judgment after the reply papers were filed. Similarly, it took United States District Judge Torres 7 months to issue a ruling in the case. On top of that, Judge Torres took about 6 months to rule in the Fitzgerald case, and a number of others. As he wraps up his study, Deaton concedes that while he and others had hoped for a verdict by now, previous cases have also taken this long. He seems to be hinting that Judge Torres understands the gravity of the decision she made. The fate of the dispute between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has been in limbo, and the market and cryptocurrency enthusiasts alike are impatiently anticipating the summary. Ruling. This is a story I uncovered. SEC had secret meeting to discuss impending settlement only yesterday, as per the title, the SEC will conduct its meetings in private. This video's goal is to summarize what was discussed in the closed meeting and evaluate the significance of the topics discussed therein within the SEC regulatory framework, all with the intention of addressing critical enforcement and legal difficulties. This is because our recent discussion was around how Judge Torres is delaying a ruling in the SEC case out of concern for the effect it could have on the U.S. economy. She's been holding off on making a call until one of several events occurs, such as a settlement between Ripple and the CC. The passage of a measure by Congress. What we're discussing right now is why the timing of this is so important, as Judge Torres has already said unequivocally agreeing is the prudent course of action. And as we've mentioned, there have been whispers of late that Ripple executives are getting together to discuss the possibility of resolving the SEC case against them. In other words, the first thing on the agenda is probably a discussion of the settlement hearings and decisions made by the administrative law judge, which are cases brought by the SEC to have the court impose injunctions against. As for the third item on the list, the SEC was able to privately explore the potential of resolving claims made in legal processes filed in legal seedings disputes and lawsuits between the SEC and market players or other parties collectively referred to as litigation claims. Consideration of the SEC's capacity to investigate allegations thoroughly and fairly and to promote compliance in the security industry. Since it is crucial to the situation at hand, our focus is on a possible legal settlement between Ripple and the SEC. The remainder of this section serves as a catch, all for discussions of procedures, examination of policies, progress reports on ongoing investigations, and partnerships with other groups working on these topics. The topic of Ripple's governing bodies is almost guaranteed to come up. Selecting the closed meeting link in the preceding sentence will take you to the official state website where you can learn that the SEC will meet in private on July 13, 2023. The Commission will meet either virtually or in person at its headquarters in Washington, D.C. We should all hold our collective breath until we hear the outcome of the meeting. Leave a comment on the video if you agree that this will finally put an end to the case. For the time being, we will end here. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and leaving a comment. We appreciate it and hope to see you again soon.